So, do you want to be successful at anything, or should I say at everything you undertake? You probably spend countless hours researching articles, reading books, watching videos to know the secret formula. Well, you can stop. The answer is here, and first, it's not a secret, and secondly, it's not so much about what you should do, but more about what you shouldn't. Success Habit, if you didn't know, is a book based on a series of radio programs done by Napoleon Hill in Paris, Missouri in 1952. It might be an old book, but the content is timeless. The chapters 7 and 8 describe the major reasons why people fail, and in this video, I'll share with you the 15 causes of failure. Let's start with reason number 1, which is any unfortunate condition that you can't control. You may not prevent it, however, you may change your attitude toward it. We all know or heard of amazing achievements by disabled individuals, which should motivate any healthy person to achieve great results, and you are not exception. The reason number 2, on the other hand, can be controlled. We are our influences. We all know or heard of the importance of the 5 people we spend most of our time with, because we tend to think and behave the way of the people we surround ourselves with. If we push this thinking further, there is the 5x rule, which states that we are not only the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with, but also the average of the following: the 5 habits we do have, the 5 foods we eat, the 5 IDs we have, the daily content we consume. So be extremely careful to your environment, especially to negative influences, as it has a huge impact on your behavior. The next 2 reasons are linked to our emotions. Reason number 3, a lack of control of our emotions. While our emotions are one of the most precious and outstanding assets as humans, they can become dangerous and a great liability. When someone is unable to control their emotions, the responses may be disruptive or inappropriate given the situation. Therefore, becoming self-aware and learning emotional control is key to making the best use of them. And that's why you need to learn to use your emotions to think and not think with your emotions. Everybody, myself included, has one or several fears, but giving in to one of these 7 basic fears is dangerous. For example, the fear of poverty, or should I say of not paying debts, leads people to play it safe with their finances, which actually gets them closer to poverty than to richness. The fear of criticism leads you to miss on opportunities because you're scared of what they might say. And by the way, up until this day, we still don't know who they are. The fear of love leads to jealousy, which breaks up relationships, being personal and professional. So be careful. A fear is nothing more than a state of mind, and the mind always attracts what it always believes in. Number 5 is the lack of a major purpose in your life. What is the one thing that will wake you out of bed in the morning and get you fired up for the day? Without knowing that, you will hardly be able to funnel your time, energy, and effort into something that really matters to you. This leads me to the reason number 6, drifting through life without a plan for attaining it. Having no purpose is one thing, but having one and failing to plan and act on it is another thing. You need a plan to achieve your goals, any goals. Even an imperfect plan do the trick, because an imperfect start can always be tweaked and improved, while obsessing over a perfect plan will never take you anywhere on its own. Start here and now, be obsessed about your goal, work step by step to achieve it, and don't let your emotions, any negative influence, or your bad habits disturb you. Reason number 7 is probably the most obvious: a poor health. Taking care of your body and mind is essential. Don't think about your future success if you're doing nothing today to ensure that you'll actually have a future. Investing in your diet, your physical health, your sleep, your mental health is crucial. And remember, they are all connected, which means that you can't compensate one with the other. Number 8, inadequate education. First of all, don't confuse education with knowledge. While knowledge is any information that you learn, education is the process of developing and maintaining that knowledge. So, going to school to learn things or gain knowledge is nice, but successful people are the ones that use that knowledge to do something that will get them closer to their vision. You'll never find a successful person who doesn't invest in his or her lifelong education, because they know that men are paid not merely for what they know, but more particularly for what they do with that which they know. The 5 next reasons are linked to your attitude and behavior, and they show how essential an active and daily work on your mindset is. Number 9, negative mental attitude. We put too much importance on our skills, our technical ability, or our mental capacity. But your mental attitude plays a significant role in determining your success or your failure, because your mental attitude defines the outlook and the behavior we adopt to deal with various situations, being challenges or opportunities. It is key to foster what psychology professor Dr. Dweck calls a growth mindset. Failure doesn't define you. It is an equation that you need to solve, a problem to be faced, dealt with, and learned from. Daily and active training of your mindset will help you approach life in a sustainable and successful manner. You'll see, by the way, that the next 4 reasons are actually a byproduct of a poor mindset. The most common and timeless cause is the cause number 10, procrastination, or the act of delaying and postponing a task or a set of tasks. It's easy for everyone to fall in procrastination, even for motivated individuals. In behavioral science, procrastination is explained by a concept called time inconsistency, which refers to the tendency of the human brain to value immediate rewards more highly than future rewards. While there are a lot of strategies to beat procrastination, the main reason that explains why we make plans but don't take action is simply because we don't have a clear system for deciding what is important and what we should work on first. And this stresses one more time the importance of having a plan to attain your goals. Number 11, lack of ambition to strive beyond mediocrity. A lack of ambition or a lack of striving for excellence is accepting being average or ordinary, not particularly good or excellent. Now, it is important to understand the difference between being content and being mediocre. Being content refers to a state of satisfaction or fulfillment with one's current circumstances or situation. Someone who is content may be happy with their current level of achievement or may not feel a need to strive for more. That reason may be satisfied with the status quo and not interested in reaching their full potential. But if you want to reach your full potential, the status quo is not enough. Many people naturally seek out environments where they feel competent and comfortable. And for some, it means being in a room where they are the smartest one. However, if you always choose to be in that kind of environment and you avoid challenging situations or environments where you might have to compete or collaborate with people who are more knowledgeable than you, it's a sign of mediocrity, as it means that you're not willing to take on challenges that would help you grow, improve, and eventually be successful. 12. Lack of self-discipline. Self-discipline is what will push you to work for a long time in order to accomplish your long-term goals. Relying on motivation and willpower works only on the short-term objectives, but as soon as challenges and distractions pop up in front of you, you'll fall again into your old bad habits. You'll neglect what matters to you, you'll start procrastinating and disregard your purpose, and this you want to avoid at all costs. The easiest way to overcome a lack of self-discipline is by establishing healthy routines and creating plans for what you want to achieve in the future. The next reason, number 13, lack of persistence in carrying out to a finish what you start. Persistence means going forward even when the circumstances are holding you back. And the danger here is to fall in that cycle where you start, you fail, you get tired or bored, and in the end, you give up completely. Most of us have been there and have given up too soon on something we were passionate about because we were caught up by a lack of perseverance, aka we give up because of minor inconveniences, even though we had the strength to keep moving forward. Being persistent means that you'll eliminate the giving up stage in order to maintain the cycle going, because as cliché as it sounds, nothing worth having comes easy. And the last 2 ones are number 14, meddlesome curiosity in other people's affairs, or simply put, not minding your own business. If you work actively towards your goal or your definite purpose, you shouldn't be left with much time to mess with other people's business, especially when it has nothing to do with yours. That's simple. If you want to succeed, devote 100% of your time and energy towards your goal, not someone else's goal. And next and last, number 15, the desire to get something for nothing, or the belief that you can get the maximum return in exchange for little or no investment of money, time, or effort. In reality, people with this mindset are looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. But there is no such a thing as a free lunch. And if you're being offered one, it's probably a scam. And if you're the one offering one, then you're the con artist. But in both cases, you fail to achieve lasting success. Life is an exchange of values. You want something, you give something first. Based on what I just shared, failure is not your enemy. In fact, if you handle it right, it's your secret weapon to success. Now, you may wonder, what good does it make to know all of that? Well, knowing the causes of failure is like having a first aid kit at your disposal at all times. Because recognizing the first signs of failure and acknowledging them is the first step toward acting against it. The sooner you recognize the signs, the faster you can assess the situation you're in and the quicker your reaction will be. I am by no means advising against failure. Failure is unavoidable for anyone who's looking for success. People who avoid failure also avoid success. So on the path to success, sometimes you will and sometimes you learn, because failure is a learning opportunity, not a setback. But of course, you have to be realistic. Success does take time, so be patient, fail often, but always get up and never give up. And more importantly, have fun along the way.